Man, I'm just sitting here wondering why things are so hard to start, why things are so hard to do. Well, me personally, I feel like I can't do certain things, don't want to do certain things, don't have the drive, don't have the motivation, knowing that that's not right. I mean, I have the motivation, but I just don't want to do it for some reason. And I'm sitting here right now and I need to journal, I need to talk, put things on paper because they say that helps you, but I can't do it for some reason. And I don't know why. It's confusing to me. There's a lot of things that I have down, a lot of goals that I want to accomplish, but just the point of getting started on those goals, even when you know what you have to do to get started, then I'm not taking place, not doing. It's like I'm afraid of change. It's like I can't find me. And I believe that's what 2025 is going to be, is me finding me. And that may sound silly at my age, but a lot of times we allow people to define who we are. We allow circumstances, our environment, our family to define who we are. And we think we have an understanding of who we are. We take that on and we say, that's who we are. Uh, and then we take on the circumstances around us, right? And we take on, uh, if we, like for me, for instance, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't. My favorite words, right? My favorite words is I can't to myself. Uh, I'm not good at that. Well, you may not be, but we should be saying, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I can do that. I can do that. I can be that person that I need to be, do that thing I need to do. Like this right here, talking to a camera. It may seem funny to a lot of people. Some people may not understand it, right? You're sitting here and you're on your own little element in your own space, talking to yourself virtually. But knowing that a lot of times you have to talk to yourself anyway, because you can't control anybody but you, and nobody can control you. Nobody can make you change. Nobody can do anything. Nobody can do anything for you, but you have that control. You have that control. Excuse me. You have that control over who you are. You have the control over how you love people, how you encourage people, how you talk to people, how not to talk to people. You have that place, right? A lot of times we don't understand that as people, right? We we don't understand that we have more of an impact than we ever know as individuals. And starting something to change who you are, to change how you look at things. It's easy for you to say things will never change. It's harder for you to buy into things that are changing or can change. And let's face it, a lot of times, especially as you get older, you're one of the ones that, you get stuck in your circumstances and how you look at life, how you have your perspective, right? You have your way of looking at things, and you're saying, this is how it is, that I'm never going to change, I'm never going to do this, I'm never going to do that. But there again, that's for you. That's not for that. You have to deal with that. Other people can't deal with that for you. You have to want to change. It's easy to stay in that place where everything is the same, but you're not happy there. You're not happy there because you know that you got to grow, you got to move out of the box that you're in. They say plants can only grow to the environment they're planted in. What that means is at the store, you may get a plant that's in a little container. If you keep it in that little container, it's not going to grow past that little container. But then if you take that same plant and replant it into a bigger container, then it grows more. And then at a certain point, it's got to outgrow that container, right? So we got to learn what we need to do to change who we are, be who we are, understand who we are, and understand that we need to change for the benefit of everybody around us. There's some things that I want to do this year that, I'll be honest with you, I've had on my list for 4 or 5 years. But it's up to me to accomplish those goals. Nobody can accomplish your goals for you. You want to lose weight? Nobody's going to tell you and make you, and nobody's going to make you not eat those cookies, not eat those snack cakes, not eat those Little Debbie's, not eat those Reese's, not eat. But that's up to you. The bad part is, a lot of times we know what we need to do to get healthier, to lose weight, to do this, to do that. We're just so comfortable eating the foods that we eat, doing the things that we want to do, that we don't want to grow. Growth hurts. Right? When you grow, it hurts. They say that in your brain, if you start doing something that your brain is not used to, your brain will start hurting, giving you headaches. A lot of times headaches are growth, because they show you that, hey, something is changing in there. Something is changing. Neurons are bouncing off, doing things they're not supposed to do. Don't know the technical term for it. But something's changing up there, and change and growth is inevitable, but we can only grow to the environment that we're in. We can only be who we're called to be in the place that we're at right now. You have to start somewhere. When you go to a track and you walk around a track, there is always a starting point. You can walk around that track no matter where you go to. Get on that track at. You'll come to a place that says start here. Sometimes you have to tell yourself you have to start here. Maybe the little things. Maybe the little wins that you get. The 2 pounds in the month. The 3 pounds in a month. 5 pounds in a month. But know that you have a chance to change who you are. You can't let people put you in boxes and define you for who you are. You can't do that to yourself. I think a lot of times we do that to ourselves, right? We put ourselves in a box and we say, this is just who I am. This is just a box I put myself in. Box is a container. If I can't put myself in this box, but you can't put nothing more than what can go in this box. And a lot of times we put ourselves in the box, we shut the door and we say, that's all. That's all I am. We make that decision. We say, that's just who I am. We let people define us. We let people define who we are. We let people put labels on us. We put, like this right here. This is a label. This is a sticker. We let people define us. We let them put them on us and we don't take them off. We allow it a lot of times. We allow it because it's comfortable to us, because peeling it off is not easy. After you put it on, peeling it off is not easy. It's not comfortable. It's not in a place where you need to be. It's not easy. But we allowed them to define us. We allowed them to put that label on us. We allowed somebody outside of who we are put that label on us. When you're growing up, and somebody says you're smart, somebody says you're dumb, somebody says you're fat, somebody says you'll never make it, somebody says you're dumb as a rock. We've allowed them to put that sticker on us. We've allowed them to let that sticker define who we are. Knowing who you are is the basic understanding of what God's called you to do. Who you are. Life is short. We have to know who we are. Because if we know who we are, we know what our purpose on life is. If we know what our purpose on life is, change begins to happen around us, and people are influenced around us because we're working in our purpose and working in our destiny and knowing exactly who we are and how we operate and what our purpose is supposed to be. Life changes us. Circumstances changes us. Changes around us changes. Divorce. It's hard. We may not like it. We may not have wanted it, but it's hard, right? It's us facing failure, right? Because we said I do, and no matter the circumstances around it, we said I do, and because we said I do, we feel like failures. We feel like we let the person down that we married. We feel like things could have been better, and they very well could have been, right? I mean, we do things in life, right? We're not perfect. We're not perfect human beings. We do things that led to that divorce. But it's easy to sit in that place where you're not going to grow after that. Family dies. Your father, your mother, your brother, your aunts, your uncles. And it changes you. What are we doing with the life we've been given? You know, I don't suggest this, but if you go to Vegas and you're dealt a hand, that's a hand you're dealt. What you do with that hand is totally up to you. Totally up to you. We have to start something. You know, I'm not perfect. By no means, I'm not. You know, even Paul, the apostle, was, I'm the chief of sinners. I let him down every day. And the sad part is, you know it. The sad part is, as an individual, you know when you let people down, when you let God down. You know it. Life is too short for us not to be working in the calling that we've been called to. Life is too short. Life is too short. Know that you have been called for a purpose in such a time as this. You're no longer yourself. You've been bought with a price. When the Bible talks about you've been bought with a price, that simply means you're no longer your own. You have a purpose bigger than you. You have a destiny bigger than you. What you do with that is up to you. Change is not easy, but change is what needs to happen for us as individuals to grow past who we think we are right now and who we are right now. You have that purpose in you. Find it. Don't let other people define you. Don't let anybody else put you in a box and tell you you're in this tiny place. Live your life like you've been called upon to lead your life. Don't let anybody change who you are, because you have a purpose and a destiny bigger than who you are.